West Dighton Christian Church was founded in 1772 in a barn in Dighton, Massachusetts, eventually moving to the familiar white New England-style church in 1790. Today, worship is held in the church hall that has a more modern and community-focused feeling. West Dighton Christian Church has been in consistent ministry since its founding, with the exception of a few years that the church was closed during World War II. Like many old churches in New England, our church throughout the generations has gone through a number of theological changes. Today, the church is solidly a gospel-preaching church like it was when it was originally founded. Our church is a vibrant, worshiping community of people that has seen positive growth both in numbers and depth of its faith and commitment to Jesus. I'm alive and well, your spirit is within me, because you died and rose again. As pastor here, being in ministry for many decades, I can honestly say that this church is one of the most loving and compassionate churches that I've ever been blessed in serving. They have loved and supported my family and I through some recent tough periods of life that we have gone through. I consider myself lucky to have been called here. We have some very strong ministries in our church and in our community. I've been blessed with strong leaders that not only help me lead and pitch in when they need to, but also keep me accountable to do the things I'm supposed to do and be the person that I'm called to be as well. And as I expressed in this written narrative that I presented to you, I believe that this time is really the best time for me to go on this renewal process and my church to go through renewal as well. Over the past year, we have talked about what it means to be a small church. What potential do we actually have? And much of this discussion has revolved around the power of a local small church, especially one like ours in a rural community. And after all, what can we do with a small budget and less than 100 people and limited resources? And so after some reading and praying and some discussions with the leadership and with the congregation, we really believe that God is calling us to this unique position precisely because we are a small church. As a small church, we can do ministries and reach people that large churches or regional churches or regional ministries could never reach. And so this renewal process that we would desire to go through really focuses on that, the potential of a small local church. God has always used small churches in the past to expand His kingdom, and so our renewal process is going to focus on that. It's my hope that while I'm away learning some things about the early church, the process of revival that God has used throughout history, times of strengthening my family and strengthening my own devotion to the Lord, it's my hope that my local church will thrive. We are praying that the program that the church will go through while I'm away will create this synergy, this excitement, this momentum that would never be there if I stayed. And so we are looking for something unique to happen in our church. Over the past years, we've always emphasized that the church is not built or should be built around one person, but it's really because of the uniqueness of the congregation as a whole, as God has gifted us all, that the church can thrive. And so we are hoping that in some very practical ways that the church will rediscover that. The question that you ask in your documentation is, what will make my heart sing? Well, the local small church has always made my heart sing, always has and always will. And so that passion, coupled with my great interest in history, especially church history, we're hoping that it will provide some unique outcomes for our church, our community, and maybe even for the church as a whole. And so thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for what you do for the kingdom of God.